चलो माशाल्लाह गुड हो गया, सही हो गया। अस्सलाम वालेकुम। कैसी हैं सब? कुछ आप ठीक-ठाक हैं, खैरियत से हैं? एक छोटी-सी बात आपके साथ शेयर करना चाहूँगा कि अमूमन हमने जिसके साथ हमें एक्सपीरियंस होती है, जिसके साथ कोई एक नसीहत का माहौल बन जाता है, हमारे दिल में उस शख्सियत का एक बहुत ही मुस्बत किस्म का ताका बैठ जाता है। जब कभी हमारी उनसे मुलाकात होती है, तो सारी कमजोरियाँ जब हम देखते हैं उनके अंदर, जो कि बहुत सी तरह मौजूद है, जो दूसरे लोगों में है, तो हमारा जो एक बनाया हुआ खुद है, वो पाश-पाश हो जाता है। बेहतर यही है कि हम सब इंसान ही समझें। कोई भी इंसान गलतियों से, खताओं से, लफ्ज़ होते हैं, वो मगर इसलिए अपने ज़हन के अंदर किसी भी इंसान के बारे में ऐसा कुछ न तराशें, जो कल को पाश-पाश हो और आपको उससे परेशानी हो।
Hello, good morning, everyone. Welcome to all of you for today's session. Students, just let me know whether you people can hear me. Tell me, please. During the session, you have to communicate with me over here, or you can open your mic as well, and you can talk to me in the mic as well. Yes. Tell me now, please. Can you hear me?
Yes, can hear you, sir.
Yeah. Good. All right. So, students, advanced audit and assurance. P7 paper. P7 paper is basically one of the most interesting papers of ACCA, in the sense that you need not to know the knowledge only, rather knowledge of audit only, but it is integrating multiple things. So what is about today's session? Today, we have to discuss what the subject is about. The syllabus, exam format, expectation of examiner, the linkages of syllabus. Then we will start the subject, the topics, which is regulation of audit and acceptance of audit. So these are the things to be done today itself. Now, so students, advanced audit and assurance, just give me 1 minute. Let me connect it with my iPad. Yes, here we are. So advanced audit and assurance, P7 paper. Basically, this subject requires two things. One, knowledge of auditing, plus other areas of syllabus, plus it requires knowledge of IFRSs, which are part of SBR P2. This is the reason whenever the students ask me about suggestion, I suggest them that if you are going to do SBR, or you have recently done SBR, the best option for you is to go for AAA. Because without knowledge of IFRSs, you cannot pass this exam. You cannot. The reason is that since it is about audit of financial statements, we have to check whether financial statements have been prepared as per IFRS or not. We have to check that. So in order to do that, we must know, first of all, that how financial statements are prepared. Then we can check. So whatever as per your examiner, whatever is included in P2, remember only current issues of P2, they are not testable in P7. Other IFRSs are testable. Other IFRSs are testable. Now, so students, let us proceed further. So P7 paper, this should be implied. And now there are a number of students who would normally say when they join as P7, they say, sir, we have forgotten what that P7, what was in P2. So at that point, I normally tell them that I give a brief revision of some IFRS when I discuss the audit evidence area. So they should also spend some more time on IFRS, and I will also help them to overcome that difficulty to some extent. Now, so students, so AAA P7 paper. So I told you that the knowledge of the subject, knowledge of IFRSs, of SBR 1 and 2, but alone this is not sufficient to pass P7. P7 can be passed only if you know exam answer drafting skills. If you lack this, it will not help you. Means this is the basic knowledge which has to be applied in the exam scenario. Professional paper it is. The problem with the student is that they just copy paste answers. They want to write everything. So another problem is with the student is that they want to write everything for exam about a topic. And for this, they lose mark. They waste time in unnecessary writing. So the key to pass P7 is grasp knowledge, do a lot of practice question, and learn the art of writing answer. Knowledge, of course, let me tell you, in the whole P7, the first 30%, if you spend time on learning knowledge, if you spend time on learning knowledge of auditing, and you are overcome that, you have prepared that already, it is just 30% preparation. Maximum 30 to 40%. But that is mandatory. Now, after the knowledge, the key is to be able to apply knowledge to scenarios. One thing, and second, not only apply, sometimes it happens. Students come to me after failing their exam. And they say, we have failed. I say, why you have failed? Tell me this and this concept. They tell very well. But when I ask them, write it, please, how you will write answer? So what they are telling and what they are writing, there is a huge gap. So that's why applying and being able to draft answers as per examiner guidance. This is the key. And in order to achieve this target, how we will be? So we will start with the first thing is knowledge and concepts. You have to prepare. Then what we will be doing? We will be doing extensive past paper practice, exam questions, practice during the class and off the class as well. And unfortunately, still it is not enough. You will be surprised. Why it is not enough? Because after writing answer, it is important to check whether I have written correct, which majority students do not do in theoretical papers. They say, I have done 10 past papers, 20 past papers, the whole exam kit. Then I ask, have you checked your answer with standard answer? They say no. I say, it means you have done nothing. You stand at 0. You have not identified your mistakes. So now, evaluation of this is very much important. Evaluation of answer against examiner guidance. This is very much important. So this is what we will be doing in our class. What I will be doing, I'll be starting with you people in our syllabus, and I'll be telling you how to solve answer. I will be explaining to you people that what examiner guidance is. I'll be drafting answer during class. You will see. And this is proudly, I must say, this is my key point. And number of students who have failed their exam multiple times, when they join me, they learn how to draft answer because they draft answer in the class. So I'll be drafting answer for you people over here. And then I'll be giving you assignments, which you will be solving and sending to me. And I'll be picking the assignment randomly and discussing their flaws in the class. So this assignments is mandatory. The assignments are mandatory. Remember, if you are, the last time a student, I will not mention her name, she studied with me and failed her exam. Yeah, failed. She contacted me on the results. I'm very much disheartened, disappointed. I have done wonderful in the exam. Okay, I have solved the whole question. I have solved all the questions. So students, what I told him, I asked her, did you solve any assignment during the session with me? And have you shown me? She said, no. And when I said, okay, solve this question and get it checked with me. Remember, in 24-mark assignment, when I evaluated, she got only 9 marks. Because she knew everything. But the problem is here. And it is not a big problem if you are doing it on a regular basis with that. The key to success, to achieve this, is the being regular, consistent. doing the whole work with the class. You are going to join me for P7 paper, and I would recommend you, I would suggest you people that you have to study 6 hours per week from next week. If you start giving 6 hours per week to AAA, means how many weeks they are? I say they are around in 5 months time. 5 months time, it is around 130 to 140 hours. Total. If you spend in addition to class, remember class time is not included in it. If you spend this time, keep a track of that. Start from this week because we are starting today. And let me tell you, there are 95% chance, rather more, 95, I am just being more precise that you will pass your paper. If you spend this time on P7. So this is my request as well, because you are studying with, unfortunately, students say, Mr. Hamzah, we have joined him. So many good reviews, very good results. So joining the Mr. Hamzah is not a guarantee until unless you act according to his directions. Do you agree this? Tell me. Do you agree? Tell me, please.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Mike, that encourage the use of mic. So that is more, that feel me like that I am teaching students directly in a class when they use mic. It is a source of life for me. Okay, now let us proceed further. Student, so note down these things which I'm telling you. Let us move forward. Advanced audit and assurance, the syllabus, we can categorize into 2 main sections. One is audit of historical financial statements. Now, what is historical financial? Historical. The same financial statement, the last year financial statements are historical. They are historical financial statements. So students, when we talk about it, this is a major portion of your syllabus. And now, a number of you might be thinking, we have done in an F8. Yes, you have done. But don't be overconfident. The exam testing style is much different. Examiner expectations are of much higher level. In-depth knowledge is tested. So, of course, we will be talking about that. Now, here. So, audit of historical financial statements. When we talk about, it starts with audit acceptance and audit planning. So, acceptance, I understood it is a part of that. Audit planning. Audit evidence. Review and report. 3, I have make it 3 part. So audit planning, this area has around 24 to 28 marks testing in every exam. In question number 1, mandatory. Audit evidence, 10 marks to 25 marks. Minimum 10 marks you will find in every paper. But not this one only. Audit evidence has linkages with other areas. If you have good command over here, it will help you. It will become the foundation of other areas as well. I will talk about it shortly. Review and report. Minimum 5 mark. On average, 5 to 10 mark. It can be tested in question number 2 normally. It can be tested in everywhere, anywhere in your exam paper. The second area of your syllabus is, which I called other areas. And one is regulation of audit. Ethics and practice management. Now, ethics is clear. Now, what is practice management? Some other topics, audit quality. For example, audit quality, professional liability, and one or two other, yes, advertising the services. Advertising or tendering. This area is not mandatory in any exam, but normally on average, either ethics or quality, quality and ethics is the favorite topic of examiner. Normally tested. Means frequently. Remember, these are mandatory in every exam. These two, mandatory, confirmed, and highly likely this as well. Now, from 5 mark to 15 mark, they are tested. Ethics can be tested in any question. Ethics can be tested in any question. Normally in the question 1, 2, 3, anywhere. And other areas. That is we call other assignments. Student, remember, this is considered to be the most this area is considered to be difficult for students. Why difficult? The reason is that new topics are there. Some are ready to have it, but there are few topics. You remember, if you are excellent here in this area, you will be very good here. If you are very good here, you will be good here. You got the linkage? It means the basic idea of evidence, risk, report, same is to be utilized over there. Means frame of mind which you develop there, that has to be utilized there, but a bit differently. What they are? They are forensic audit, PFI, prospective information, audit of performance information of public sector, Fourth, social and environmental audit. Data analytics, which I include here. And there may be one or two more topics, small topics. Yeah, due diligence. Very important topic. Yes. Now, so student, these are the areas. So students, it is tested normally, question number 3, a part of that, but can be tested in question number 1 part as well. Normally, on average, 10 marks, 10 to 15 marks. Now, if you see, our exam is quite predictable, the whole exam. So exam format is here. Question number 1, section A. Question number 2, 50 mark, case study 2 and 3. This is your examiner words. So examiner says that knowledge of financial reporting must be able to apply, address each requirement and plan their answer. Now, they say that rote learning will not work. It is basically ability to think logically and practically. Real world scenarios. Yes. And that's why I say, once you have got understanding of the conceptually the subject, once you have got, you have to just fix your direction to approaching the answer and the syllabus. Once you have done it, then you can tackle any question on the topic, because you know how to deal with it, how to approach it. Now, so what we will be doing, I'll be providing you my notes, and the notes will be containing all necessary knowledge required. They include examiner articles as well. My notes, they are included. They include past exam questions with each topic. They're included in it. Means if you prepare these notes, you don't need to prepare anything else. Yes. Plus, I will say for additional practice, you pick latest 5 past exam papers. Additional practice, latest. Nothing else, no exam kit. Remember, exam kits, their answers, they confuse student. Theoretical subject, you are here with me, and I will guide you how to approach it. And if you follow that properly, I'm sure you need not to do anything else. Now, any questions so far? Any questions, students, please?
No.
No.
It's okay? It's okay, everyone?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Good. Now, so let us proceed further. So section A, regulatory environment for audit. This volume 1 includes 2 sections. Section A, in regulatory environment for audit, and then is section B, audit planning. Yes. So these are my section I created basically myself. Now, so regulatory environment for audit. Before we proceed to discuss what is regulatory environment and the details of that, I would like you people to give me an idea that what audit is. Yes, please, anyone. I need to hear from you people. Yes. You can type, you can speak. Both ways. Yes, please. Anyone? What the audit is?
Assurance to management.
Okay. All right. All right. Now, so students, the point is, I have got good points from you people. That to check if the companies are complying with the applicable standards. Good. Examination and evaluation of financials. Very good contribution by you people. So basically, you said this. Audit is basically your answer. I am taking your points. It is examination or evaluation of financial statements by an expert. Yes, which is auditor. Why this evaluation is done? My question is, why this evaluation is done? My question from you people. Yes, please. Anyone? Why to conduct an audit? Okay. Very good. Very good points. Very good points. Now, very well done. So I will sum up being concise, being relevant, I will be summing up the point. Yes. So the point is, students, basically, some people say it is statutory requirement to check compliance with IFRS. Again, statutory things like that. Remember, audit has a very important point. That audit is done just for the sake of very important. If we ignore statutory aspect to provide assurance on credibility of financial statements and assurance to shareholders. This is the first purpose of audit. The directors are managing the company the whole year. Owners are not there. Shareholders are not there. And students, now the directors are presenting that this is our performance. When this is our performance, so who will verify that whatever they are saying it is correct? Shareholders are not expert in financial statements. They cannot blindly rely directors. So here comes the need of auditor who should check financial statements, whether they are accurate or not. Other matters are also important. The auditor checks whether they are according to IFRS or not. Stakeholders need, basically, stakeholders, shareholders are stakeholder of the company. Banks, they have to provide loan to the company. They need to assess whether company will be able to repay its loan, what its current financial situation. And bank cannot rely on directors' prepared financial statement blindly. Rather, bank will also want auditor report to check whether financial statements are credible or not. So the purpose, so that stakeholders can make their decisions on the basis of those financial statements. This point is valid. One of students said that to help stakeholders make decisions. These points are 100% valid. So students, the point over here is that is, if auditor does not provide appropriate report, auditor works casually, what will happen? Shareholder will be misguided, banks will be misguided, even employees of the company, they rely on audit report to decide whether to find another job or stay in the company. Taxation authority rely on audit report that whether financial statements are prepared properly for the taxation purposes or not. So all these stakeholders will be misguided if auditor does not work properly, if auditor's report is inappropriate. All these will be misguided. Hence, what is important? The important is that auditor should be regulated. So auditors should be regulated so that these stakeholders are not misguided by casual work of auditor. So when auditor will be regulated, controlled, directed, supervised, auditor will be guided. So automatically all the stakeholders, so that's automatically auditor will be working properly, giving the report which is appropriate for the circumstances. And hence all the stakeholders will be happy. They will be making proper decisions. Now, the point, this is the point. So why auditor need to be regulated? Is it clear? Is this point clear to everyone? Tell me, please. Good. Now, let us proceed further. So, how auditor is regulated? Let us talk about it. Sorry. So the next is regulation of audit. Auditor will be regulated or is regulated number one is the national laws and regulations. Number one is national laws and regulations. Auditor is regulated. National laws and regulations. So national laws and regulation, the country in which auditor is operating. National, they define eligibility criteria for auditor. Who can act as auditor? Who can act as an auditor? National laws and regulation define that. Furthermore, students, if we go to the country, different countries, there is, for example, in the UK, we talk about in UK, there is Public Oversight Board. Which regulate audit profession, which regulates recognized supervisory bodies. Recognized supervisory bodies. RSB. I'm sorry. The recognized supervisory bodies. Yes. For example, what are RSBs? ACCA is the recognized supervisory body in the UK. ICAW is the recognized supervisory body over there. So they oversee that, because recognized body means their members can do audit. In addition to this, in the UK, there is Auditing Practice Board. Auditing Practice Board. there is Financial Reporting Council. So they are already overseeing the auditor and audit profession in different aspects, in different angles. Now, let us proceed further. Now come to the international level. That is IFAC, International Federation of Accountants. International Federation of Accountants, IFAC. What is IFAC? International Federation of Accountants. This IFAC basically do you know what it is? It is a body of accountancy bodies. Around 140 accountancy bodies are member of it. ACCA is also member of it. This IFAC also regulates audit profession. How? They regulate audit profession in multiple ways. In P7 level, I will talk about number one, that is IAASB, International Audit and Assurance Standards Board, IAASB. Audit and Assurance Standards Board. What does it do? Students, it has issued multiple guidelines for auditors. For example, they have issued very important things which are part of our syllabus. International Standards on Auditing, ISAs. ISAs are basically guidelines to audit financial statements. They've issued that. What else they have issued? They have issued ISQCs, International Standard on Quality Control. Their guidelines, to ensure quality of audit work. You see here, these guidelines are there to direct auditor, to control auditor. There are other guidelines as well. I'm not going to discuss that. They're not part of our syllabus. Multiple guidelines. Now, you must have heard about codes of ethics. From F1, we start studying. Then F1, then F8, then SBL, and then P7. So IESBA, International Ethics Standards Board for Accountants. It is again subcommittee of IFAC. It has issued and it issues codes of ethics. It improves that, revises that. So accountants have to be complied with it. I hope this point is clear. So again, it is a part of our syllabus. And the third way to, so you see here, their code of conduct tells how to act, how to behave in certain circumstances. And the third point is, that is the third way to regulate audit, that is audit committee. Audit committee, we know that. It is a part of committee. It is a subcommittee of board of director of company. Has multiple tasks in regulating audit. They appoint, rather nominate. They nominate auditor for company, negotiate terms and conditions, ensures independence of auditor. They ensure auditor has access to all information required for audit. Audit committee. Yes, so they are regulating. They monitor the work of auditor. Monitor that whether it is working properly or not. Area of work for auditor. Now, I hope the point is clear to you people. I hope the point is clear to you. Let us proceed further. So the regulation of audits. When we talk about, so basically there is a very important point about regulation of audit. That is regulation, internationally regulation. That is related to money laundering. A very important topic from exam point of view, have been tested multiple times. Money laundering. The topic is money laundering. Yes. The topic is, students, any confusion, any question so far, please do let me know before I proceed to money laundering. Is it clear?
Yes.
Is it clear? Any question, please? You know, I will keep asking again and again to you people, is it clear? Any, because the reason is to make class more interactive. So because the problem over here in the online, there is one issue that I cannot see your faces. So I'm unable to read your body language. Okay. Now.
Yes, clear.
All right. Now, let us proceed. So money laundering, again, legal matter. So regulation of audit. Student, what is money laundering? Money laundering. Money laundering is basically a person who was the prime minister of the country or minister of the country, and later on, and he took so much bribe while avoiding contacts of the bride. Oh my God. You see, too much bribe. And you know that millions of dollars. Now he wants to bring that money into the legitimized form, because the source is illegal. The source of money is a crime, extortion, smuggling, etc. To the person now, minister or any other person, not necessarily that is the minister only, so they want to conceal origin of proceeds of crime. They want to convert black money into white money. They want to legitimize their income. So any step taken for that, that will be called money laundering. That is called money laundering. Any step taken for that purpose. So students, now, so money laundering steps involved. Steps in money laundering process. 3 steps are there. The first step of money laundering is introduction. It is called placement. Sorry, the name is placement. This state has the name placement. It is basically introduction of illegal money into legal system. Into legal system, introduction of proceeds of crime into legal system. The first step, a person took bribe and went and deposited in the bank. The first step in the money laundering, entering the legal system. Another example. You go to a gym. The gym fee is 2,000 Mauritian rupees per month. You pay a fee. Gym has 500 members. You pay 2,000, but the gym owner, they receive 2,000 from you and record 10,000. That I have received 10,000 Mauritian rupees gym fee, membership fee, monthly fee. This is actually received. This is recorded in accounts. The difference 8,000. Where it comes from? He adds from proceeds of crime. So this is the introduction stage. 8,000 per person, cross 500 members. $4 million monthly. Introduction, first step. There may be, this is one way, another way may be there. I have in my office 100 employees. I'm paying them salaries every month. but I record the salary of 20% only. 80% are being paid cash from the illegal money, automatically entering the legal system. And I'm not recording cost. So profit will be high. It will be legalized. So introduction of money into the legal system. That is called placement. The second is layering. Sorry. Once money entered into the legal system, I deposited into the bank, or I recorded high sales, then I do multiple layers, multiple transactions, deposit to the bank, withdrawal, deposit to one account, transfer to another account. I issue bearer checks. What is bearer check? I will talk about it in a few minutes. I do so many transactions, vague transaction, to create a mess of transactions, so that things remain no longer to be traceable. So that things remain no longer to be traceable. Now, so student, this is called layering. Layers of transaction are created to create ambiguity, so that origin is no longer remain traceable. The next is integration. What is integration? Now, integration is the stage, the final stage of money laundering. I bring that money back. And now that money has taken the legitimized form. I invest in the property, in purchase shares, car for me, assets, etc. So students, let us go through it. It is in front of you. Money laundering. So money laundering is three stages. You see here: placement, collection of dirty money, deposit into bank. Create the layers, and then they are integrated. Layers: deposit to the bank, wire transfer, offshore, international, offshore transactions, fake invoices, false invoices, and then integration means now purchase of assets, etc. Is students, these three steps are clear to you people? Tell me please. Are they clear to you people?
Yes.
Yes.
Good. Now, the next point is, that is, this is very important. Money laundering risk indicator. What are the indicators? Symptoms which tell that money laundering is taking place over here. What they are? If you see excessive use, not use, excessive use of wire transactions, online transactions. And the next is, that is, yeah, you deposit a money in one account. For example, in MCB, I deposit money, then transferred immediately to SBM or Barclays or ABSA Bank? Yes. Or the old Brahmar Bank. Right? So I keep doing transfers. So indicator, I might be doing money laundering. Bearer instrument, bearer check. Students, what is a bearer check? Anyone who can tell me what is a bearer check? Yes, please. Anyone who can tell me what is the bearer check? We all know what is the cross check. Cross check, you know? Tell me. Cross check. Really, you people don't know? Okay, no worries at all. I will explain. Now, at least you people have seen a check. You people must have seen a check. This is a check. Yes, pay this or bearer. Yeah, you are right. This amount, signature and amount over here as well, and bank name, etc., account holder name. It's a check. For example, Mr. X, and it is crossed. Accounts pay only. This is cross check. This amount will be paid through bank transfer. It will not be paid in cash. It will be paid to only Mr. X. It will be paid only to Mr. X. Now come here. Next point. What is bearer check? Bearer check is that check which can be paid by the bank over the counter. You take the check, it is not crossed. Cross check is traceable in whose account it is going, mentioned on it. But bearer check is not traceable. It is a cash transaction. So when a business is giving bearer checks, bearer instruments, so it means they are creating ambiguity deliberately. Money laundering risk is there. The next point is, yeah, repeated deposits or withdrawals just below the monitoring threshold. Just below monitoring threshold. What is it? Friend, this is a central bank of a country. They have set, for example, in my country, it is 1 million rupees. All the transactions above 1 million or of 1 million will be highlighted by the central bank and may be audited. Maybe further questioning may be done by that. So the people who are doing money laundering, what they do? They may be doing transaction of 990,000. Below. Majority transactions are above 900,000 and below 1 million. Secrecy over transaction. Yeah. You are auditor, you ask them question, they don't tell you about transactions. The client is not telling you about the transaction, anything. Cash-based excessive transactions. Excessive cash. Remember excessive. When the system is cash-based, it is not traceable. So these are the indicators, just like indicators, symptoms of COVID-19. Now, COVID-19, a new Delta variant is there. Have you seen? Have you heard about it? Have you heard about it? Tell me.
Yes.
Yeah. So COVID is coming up with a new, every year, new model, unfortunately, just like the new model of mobile phones. Anyways, what can be said? So stay safe. Now, so what I was talking about. Yes, indicators. We are auditors. Why we are studying all this? We, as an auditor, this is the legal requirement from us. That wherever we get suspicious about a client which we are auditing, suspicious, remember suspicious, not confirmed it is doing money laundering or not. We are just suspicious. We must have to report that to authorities. Now, we have to undertake, so UK law, anti-money laundering procedure, UK law, it has been tested in the past paper, remember, anti-money laundering procedures. Each company should have a money laundering reporting officer, MLRO. What is MLRO? Money laundering reporting officer, the person who is expert in the laws relevant to the money laundering and the processes relevant to the money laundering. Undertake due diligence whenever you are engaging with a new client. Know your client. Here it is, explanation. KYC, know your client. Who they are, their registration document, if it's a company, if it is a person, their NIC, national identity card, passport, for verification who they are, what is source of funding, what is their business, why they are doing this business. Sometimes very important things, economic purpose of the business. For example, in the winter, the sale of ice cream goes down. Is it or not? It goes down. Although the companies are marketing it, it is a fashion to have ice cream in winter as well, right? So with the marketing people now, they're buying the ice cream in the winter as well. But overall sale reduces. A business which is in winter, they're selling ice creams. And we just see that they are recording high sales. And actually there are no sales. So economic purpose, they might be whitening their money and maybe recording sales, bogus sales. If a person today, they say we are selling the mobile phones, the old one. Do you remember? Do you know this model of Nokia? How many of you know? 3310. In my country, it was famous in around VK 2004-5. But now, it was an old-fashioned phone, basically. At that time, it was a good phone. It was considered to be durable. So what I am saying, that they are doing this business today and they are not being sold. Goods are not being sold. But they keep running their operation for years. Now, immediately, We should be alert that something fishy going on under the umbrella of this business. So the purpose of all this activity, student, KYC is very much important again. And it has been tested in exam. This is the purpose, to spot some unusual business activity. We are getting information about them, their business, their source of fund, their sales level, and etc., etc. Identifying so that we can report that. So that we can report that suspicion of money laundering. The next point is, for 5 years at least, the client we get engaged with, must maintain 5-year record, relevant record, identity, and train all the staff. And this is very important. Each organization, you go to the bank, you say, I have to open a form. You say, bring your identity card, bring your proof of income, proof of address. They ask for you for a number of things. Fill this form, scan this thumb impression over the biometric. These all internal procedures are there to verify you, who you are. To know you. I hope this point is clear to you people. Now, so internal procedures. Now, criminal offense in the UK. What is criminal offense in the UK? Possessing, dealing with, concealing the proceed of any crime. Let me tell you, in my country, it happens in the small towns. There is a very, too much bonding among the social bonding of the people. They meet with each other, and regard of each other. It is, custom and social norms are there. One of my friend, he is doing the business of gold jewelry. Around, it's been 4 or 5 years back, a regular customer of him came to him. He said, this is 1 million rupee, kindly keep it. No, one person will come to you, he will deliver you 1 million rupee. You can take from him and give it to me when I come. He said, it's okay. It happened, he received, and later on, the investigation agency came, arrested one of that friend of mine, and later on it discovered that that was money which are being used for smuggling purposes. And he was tried for possessing the proceed of crime. Possession, that's why. Be careful in the financial transactions. You say, I had no fault. I just did it for the sake of that person. I never knew this is proceed of crime. They say, yes, you possession. Now, assisting or helping or convincing someone to do money laundering, it is offense. Again, this is related to auditor. We know that auditor must have to report suspicion of money laundering to the authorities. Auditor must have to report the suspicion of money laundering to the authorities. We know that. Yes. And if they do not do, and it later on it is discovered, so it will be crime. It will be crime. Auditor will be tried. And another which is related to auditor, tipping off. I am auditing a company, and I give them hint that be careful. Directly, or indirect. If I keep asking them so many questions, where this money is going, what is the source, what is the proof, and they get alert, they get tipped off because of my questioning. So then what will they will do? Any other individual that might prejudice investigation, they may alter the record. They may make up the record. So again, it is a crime. And the last but not the least, you know, this is the famous way to do that in the government departments. They destroy the record, falsify. So when they do that, again, it is a crime. You have not to destroy, you have not to conceal. So crime. Students, we have to do a past paper question on the same, but we will take a 6-minute break, short break, then be back and we will be doing this question on money laundering. Okay, so see you in 6 minutes. Yes, students, everyone. Now, this is the past exam paper question. The topic which we have done actually recently, it is related to that. So please, I want you to read it. Discuss the implications of circumstances described in the audit senior's note and explain the nature of any reporting that should take place by the audit senior. Yes. So the point is implications of the circumstances. The second, nature of any reporting that should take place. I would recommend you please read this scenario once. Be quick, please. Read this scenario once. I hope you have gone through it. Have you gone through it?
Yes.
Yes.
Good. Now, so let us discuss it. You are a manager in the Lark and Company responsible for the audit of Heron Company, an owner-managed business which operates a chain of bars and restaurants. This is your firm's first year auditing the plan, and the audit for the year ended 31st March 2012 is underway. The audit senior sends a note for your attention. When I was auditing revenue, I noticed something strange. The Heron Company's revenue, which is almost entirely cash-based, is recognized at 5.5 billion in the draft financial statements. Now, next. It is okay in the financial statement. It is recognized at this. The next point. However, the accounting system show that. However, the till receipt is 3.5 billion. Till receipt is 3.5 million. Now, this seems odd. So I questioned Eva Gull, the financial controller, about this. She said that Jack Heron, the company's owner, deals with cash receipts and posts through journals dealing with cash and revenue. Yes, deals with, posts through journals. Eva asked for the journal, but he refused to give an explanation. While auditing cash, I noticed a payment of $2 million made by electronic transfer from the company's bank account in overseas. The bank statement showed that it was authorized by Jack Heron, but was not. No other documentation was available. Alarmed by the size of transaction and the lack of evidence to report it, I questioned Heron, asking him about the source of cash and the reason for it. And he became quite aggressive. Now, the point is implications for the audit. Now, student, the story is quite clear. You see here, what is it? Can you tell me? Can you tell me? This difference of 2 million. What is it? Exactly, placement. Placement. No, we cannot say it bribe. Placement. I gave the example of bribe. It's not necessarily everywhere there will be bribe. There may be some other source as well. So simple. 2 million. They say in the account record is 5.5 million sales. Why the tills, cash tills, tills, counters, where the tills, their total sales to 3.5 million. This 2 million, where did it came from? Accounts are showing 5.5 and she's record. And who is recording in accounts? Through journals. Jack Heron himself. I'm just explaining the scenario to you. Answer I will tell you in a few minutes how to write. Then the same 2 million is going overseas. Probably layering stage. When he is not giving any answer, no document secrecy, no documentation. cash-based business, odd accounting, journals, all, and of course, after placement, the next stage will be integration. So student, implications of the circumstances over here. So let us learn how to write answers for it. Yes. Let us learn how to write answer for it. Today is 10th July. Just a minute, please. So we are going to learn how to write answer for it. Yes, here we are. Let me open my handout here as well. Yes. So the question is, it is June 12th. Implications of the circumstances. Yes, this is the first requirement. Yes. Now, you see here, revenue is entirely cash-based. The first point. Parent companies, business is entirely cash-based revenue, which make it ideal environment for money laundering. The difference of accounting record, difference of revenue as per accounting record and till receipt is 2 million. That is 5.5 minus 3.5 million is 2 million. Now, which seems to be introduction stage of, placement stage of money laundering, that this 2 million cash has been added to legitimize this money, legitimize it here as the financial controller, sorry, as the Jack Heron himself is recording the revenue through journals, an odd method of revenue recording enhances the likelihood or suspicion of money laundering. So you see here a few points. Now, the next point. He refused Moreover, Jack Heron is not willing to explain the usage of these journals. The reason which further increases the doubts about his integrity. Yes. You see how to develop a story till receipt. Yes. Now, next. Students, later on, the 2 million has been transferred to international offshore account by Jack Heron himself. Which might be the layering stage of money laundering. That is trying to create layers of transactions to conceal the origin of money. Origin of the money. Now, normally, money launderers do that by transferring funds internationally. Yeah. Now, student, the next point is they say that no other documentation was available. Yeah. There is, unavailability documentation regarding the transaction means they are trying to keep it secret, and on questioning Jack Heron got aggressive and did not answer the reason for transfer, which further a dot to connect with likely money laundering. Yes, sorry, my typing. Yeah. So student, just see here. It is 6 marks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 marks are already done. But we can add one more point. They are questioning Avagil. He became aggressive. So audit team should be careful and avoid questioning him Hadn't too much, as he may be tipped off. And hence audit firm can be tried for tipping off offense. Tipping off offense. Now, implications. Implications. One implication is there. The second implication. The firm should consider whether they should withdraw from this audit or not. Yes. So, by consulting a legal advisor. Now, so enough. The second implication is again reporting as well, but that is the second part on that. Nature of any reporting. Student, is it clear how to write? Implication, what is happening and what auditor should do? Team. Have you noted it down? I didn't receive any response. I'm asking you, have you noted it down? Good. Now, so what type of reporting should be made? Very easy. Report to MLRO, report to authorities. So here it is. You see, this answer, if you read it, is too much. In this answer, examiner answer, I have simplified it. Report to MLR, Money Laundering Reporting Officer. We have discussed that. Further, report to body. And LARC will probably have a standard form, standard format. That's it. It is done. Now, the next question on the same, Vistala company. It is very easy question, by the way. It's not a difficult question. June 18. Importance of the customer due diligence and recommend the information that should be obtained. Please read it. 8 marks. Read the requirements. Explain that, yes, importance. So please read it once. It is in front of you. Only one. It is very easy question, by the way. Let me tell you. Now, so we have to discuss importance of obtaining customer due diligence and recommend the information. Okay, you are audit manager is Pointer and Company, a firm of chartered certified accountant. You are responsible for the Vistala company, a company which provides approximately 10% of their firm's practice income each year. The finance sector of Vistila has recently contacted you to provide information about another company, Setter Store, which is looking to appoint a provider of insurance. An extract of the email is below. One of my friend, Gordon Potts, is managing director of the Setter Store, a small company which is looking to expand in the next few years. I know that Gordon has approached the company's bank finance for finance of 6 million to fund the expansion. To support this loan application, Gordon needs to appoint a firm to provide a limited assurance review on the company's financial statements. He would also want the appointed firm to provide tax planning advice and to prepare both companies and his personal tax computation for submission to the tax authorities. I have asked Gordon to contact you, and I hope that Pointer will be able to provide these services to Setter Store for a low fee. If he says too high, unacceptable to the Gordon, then I will recommend that Gordon approach Griffin Company. It is about ethics. There is some other part. You have done research on Setter and Gordon Potts and have confirmed that company is small enough to be exempt for audit. Owner managed, with the Potts family owning 90% of share capital. Gordon Pott is the director and majority shareholder. An article in the newspaper about Gordon Pott indicated that he was fined for breach of employment, and he has used money of one of the company to set up a business abroad. Now, due diligence, customer due diligence is needed. Why it is needed? As part of anti-money laundering regulation. When all audit firms are in place, when accepting new audit client, especially identify the customer, their identity, confirm the identity of the shareholders, especially 90% of share capital, another share capital. Who is the real owner, beneficiary owner of the company? Nature of the business purposes. Now it is generic answer. And now you see here specific answer. Identity of Gordon Pott. His passport should be taken. Setter Store, certificate of incorporation should be seen. Company's house, information about Gordon Potts. Who owns them? The other companies owned by Gordon Potts. Latest financial statement. Source of funds, bank loans, capital, debt, other shareholders. You see here, first of all, general, what should be obtained, and then link to the Gordon Potts. You just see here. Is it clear, students? Now, good. So, students, the next topic is audit planning. I'm not going to start it today. We have time, but you people don't have notes as well. I'll be sharing the notes during the week. Kindly register yourself. And I'll be starting the audit planning in the next class. I'll be discussing these things. Yes. So thank you for joining me today. And we will be, in the next class, we'll be spending the full time, 2 or 45 minutes on it. Any question for today? Anyone, any question, please? So please get registered yourself. You have my contact number and our contact number. You can get the banking details, etc. via WhatsApp number and get registered, get enrolled, please. Okay, this is our official WhatsApp number. Okay, thank you for joining me today. See you on next Saturday. Take care. Goodbye. Goodbye. No, Word document, I've asked you to note it down. You have not noted it down. Please, payment information is available here on this WhatsApp number. I have told you. Please. Okay. I told you to note it down. You didn't note it. Anyway, I have saved it. I will provide you people. Okay. I'll provide you. Don't you worry. Okay. Thank you. Take care. Goodbye.